What keeps your radio tuned to this station? This gun in my hand.
Who knows what object you were looking for when you stepped into this room? The Shade knows. On the busy street in front of Parabellum City Hall, Falk Zildjian, unparalleled hero by virtue of the fact that he carries a gun, flags down a taxi.
Taxi!
As the cab pulls up to the curb, a figure in a dark cloak steps forward and waves toward the driver.
Here, taxi! Who is that? I can't see with that scarf and your hat pulled low over your nose. Are you cold enough right now you need a scarf? Oh, it's the Shade. How's it going, Lamont? Driver, follow that gray DeSoto. You'll have to catch the next one, Zildjian.
Yeah, hold on there, Shade. This guy Zildjian called me first. Wouldn't be fair to turn him down, would it?
Louis, I need you to follow that gray DeSoto. This is important crime fighter business. So's mine.
Sorry, Shade, old pal. I'll catch you next time.
What about the favor you owe me?
I swear, that guy in his favors. He's a nice guy and all, and I'm glad he rescued my daughter from them opium dealers who were gonna put her into white slavery.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Like what?
Just call it slavery. Why would you say white slavery as if that was different from plain old slavery?
I thought people said white slavery when they mean, a girl being forced to work in a brothel. Anyway, after he springs her and beats the hell out of the slavers, the Shade says, "Since I have done this favor for you, I will call on you one day when I need a favor." I tell him, "Anytime, a million thanks. I'm just glad to have Maureen home."
He's a reliable bringer of justice.
A week later, he flags me down and gets me in a car chase. Week after that, it's 2 car chases. Then he has a case where there's a dame involved. He has to get her to a safe house. So he flags me down and I give her a free ride. He's got me driving him around and his friends and anybody else owes him favors. I don't mean to be ungrateful, but I work for A1 Taxi Company, not the Shade's personal car service.
I thought he had a bunch of irregulars who work for him discreetly, like the street urchins that work for Sherlock Holmes or the information.
Well, if they're anything like me, he's imposing on their good natures. It's an imposition. If he counts me as one of his irregulars, he's gonna find out how irregular I can be.
He does sometimes live up to his assumed name in terms of being shady.
I got a job to do here. Am I supposed to tell my boss it was a slow night? I couldn't get any paying fares because I had to take the Shade's sister to the airport? Or I drive him to a warehouse to look for clues, and he says, "Wait here." I'm supposed to wait 2, 3, 4 hours? All night? I gotta tell my wife, "Sorry, honey, we'll have to keep the grocery budget tight this week because the Shade had me running him around for free."
He's making a left on Telegraph.
I see it. You know where he's headed? I might know a shortcut. We could get there ahead of him.
No, we'll have to keep following, but not too closely. Try to be inconspicuous.
Yeah, I got him. This ain't my first rodeo. Oh, hey, I gotta stop for just a sec.
What are you doing? You're gonna lose him.
I had to pick up these irregulars who work for some of the other crime fighters around town. This is Grubby. He works for Wordsmith. Carla gathers intel for the information.
And I'm Fremont. I'm the head of the Phantasm's informal organization. Louis, couldn't you just give them all a report of what you saw? Do they all have to ride with you at once?
I'd rather get 3 paying fares than the pittance their bosses pay me for information.
Will you scoot over? I am scooted over. There's no more room.
It looks like there's more room.
I ain't sitting in Zildjian's lap.
Nobody needs to sit in anybody's lap. Ideally, we should each have a safety harness like race car drivers wear.
Get a load of this guy.
He's right. You seen the way Louis drives? I taught him everything he knows.
Get out of here.
Hey, I should get a finder's fee. You 3 can get information out of Zildjian and bring it back to your bosses.
Ooh, say, Falk, what are you...
Mr. Zildjian.
No, Falk, who are you chasing? Who's in that
Will
car?
you take my question,
What's
Mr.
the story?
Zildjian?
Who's your next victim? What did he do wrong?
I won't discuss a case that's still in progress. I don't want details to get out that would help my target.
Okay, but who are you chasing?
I'm not telling you. Who drives that gray DeSoto we're following? I'm not telling.
Is it the vaudevillain? The gentrifier starter?
No.
Is it the human resource?
No, I'm not doing this Christmas present guessing thing. It's a mug's game to even respond yes or no.
But is it Ghost Pepper and the Pepper Pals?
Stop.
Those are all lightweights. This is Falk Zildjian we're talking here. I bet he's after somebody big like Dr. Intellectual Property Master.
Hey, not in my cab. Open a window first.
Sorry.
This gun in my hand is brought to you by Healthy Smiles Tobacco Company.
Aren't you going to introduce me?
Of course, this is Buzzy the Robot, spokesperson for Healthy Smiles Tobacco.
Makers of the only full-flavor cigarette with a health filter.
That's right. Only Healthy Smiles filters out 100% of toxins, so you only taste the full flavor and don't notice the toxins that get through.
When you smoke some Healthy Smiles, the flavor lasts for miles and miles.
Were you singing that slogan, Buzzy?
Yes.
That's great. Go to hell, Healthy Smiles today. We now return to Shadow Taxi, episode 79 of This Gun in My Hand, already in progress.
I'm telling you should get in on this, Louie. You'd make a lot more money.
What you're describing is a glorified pirate taxi company with some rich kids propping it up.
No, it's not like that. It's mainly a phone service that organizes people to share their vehicles. They call into a switchboard. The switchboard has names of drivers who are ready to give them a ride. The switchboard operator calls you at home and lets you know where to pick the person up.
That's called a dispatcher when you're talking about a legit taxi company. One that's licensed like me and makes sure the cab is certified and safe.
No, now, see, this is different. It lets regular people in on what the taxi companies try to keep as their monopoly. Anyhow, the company was founded in Georgia, so they call it Goober. Why not call it the Ride Company, Superior Taxi or something, so people know what business they're in? It's in fashion now to name your company with a made-up word or something irrelevant, like that steel company that's called Pajamas. Or my cousin's tailor shop is called Vugniaz.
His last name is Vugniaz?
No, it's just an abstraction. Does that help him get more business? No, that makes no never mind. Like I was saying, Goober is now the biggest car service in the tri-state area.
Which tri-state area?
You know, everyone talks about our state and the two others nearby, the tri-state area. Any area is a tri-state area if you try hard enough.
Louie, watch out. The gray DeSoto slowed down. You're getting pretty close to his bumper.
It's just traffic slowing all around us. Don't worry, he won't suspect he's being tailed.
It sure would be nice to know who we're chasing.
We are following a crazed killer known as the Butcher.
Who is that? Where did that voice come from?
It is I, the Shade. I have been seated among you this entire time, since Falk Zildjian tried to steal my taxi and my secret operative.
Oh, here we go.
That explains why it looked like there was more room for you to scooch over, but really there wasn't. I told you, I ain't sitting on nobody's lap, even if they're invisible.
He ain't really invisible. He clouds men's minds so they don't see him.
Your mind is so crowded, you can't see that's the same thing as being invisible.
All right, now, I'm going to stop clouding your minds.
Can everyone see me?
I see you, and I see where your hand's been all this time. Scooch it, fella.
Hey, this butcher you got me chasing. Is this the French guy? He used to call himself Filet Mignon, but changed his name to Meat Cute when he moved to America?
No, it's a different meat-themed killer. In fact, the Butcher is on his way to meet up with Meat Cute so they can double their butchery.
That's a weak name. Just kill people and call yourself the Butcher? What's his story?
I'll tell you my story. I've been supplying quality meats to the whole city for 30 years and I couldn't take no more.
It's the Butcher! He jumped from the DeSoto onto the hood of our taxi.
Hey, get that cleaver out of my roof.
Shake him off! Make a hard turn!
It's no use. He's got a grip on that cleaver and now the cleaver's stuck right in the...
He's coming through the roof. What's this thing made out of, vinyl?
Nah, who would make a car roof out of vinyl?
So wait, if you don't like being a butcher anymore, there's plenty of other jobs. You can even hang around town and just pass on rumors to the long underwear crowd. Some of them pay for the info.
I don't mind the job. I take pride in it. Even when customers get short-tempered waiting in line. When you do a good job, you're going to have long lines of customers.
What's your complaint then?
30 years I've been telling them. It's right there in the name. Pork, shoulder, butt. It's part of the shoulder. You're not getting the hip or the rear of the animal. That cut of meat is called a butt. It's jargon used in butchery for decades. Still, they gotta make jokes about it. Give me 3 pounds of tuchus.
That's what got you started killing people?
Well, it is frustrating.
We promise not to joke about butts, or shoulders or whatever. I'm willing to believe you're good at your job.
Thanks, but, it was the last straw. Toothpaste is out of the tube. It's hard to pull back at this point. I'm still gonna kill you and everyone else I get my hands on.
But wait, what of this other killer, Meat Cute? We had heard you were planning to join forces with him.
That's right. We can cut up twice as much by working together.
Why would you work with him? He makes a mockery of your distinguished occupation. Just like those frivolous customers who upset you.
Nah, he's all right. Talks funny as all.
His name, sir. He calls himself Meat Cute.
Right, like when a man and woman are first introduced and it's an unusual setting, but they hit it off and, they got a good story they can tell their grandkids about how they met.
No, you haven't seen his name in writing. M-E-A-T, like a meat market. His name, Meat Cute, is a joke about your profession.
Are you sure?
The Shade always tells the truth. I didn't realize that was part of your shtick. I've just decided it is.
Doesn't that kind of honesty conflict with clouding men's minds? You're kind of lying to them when you tell people they can't see you or whatever.
In this situation, I am telling the truth.
Nah, I believe you. I'll leave you folks to wherever you was going. I'm gonna go kill that Meat Cute guy, debone him and slice him up thin.
There you have it. Another case seen to its completion.
That's it? You're gonna let him go? One of those guys is gonna murder the other one and then they'll keep on killing.
Zildjian, it's tied up with a bit of satisfying karma. The Germans call it Schadenfreude. Why would you want to press the matter further?
Because I'm more concerned about justice than creating a satisfying story. Louis, after him.
When you cultivate your image as a terrifying figure of retributive justice as I do, you can let them kill each other while your laughter trails away into the distance.
Gosh, he rolled right out the door.
Kids, you should never follow his example. Jumping out of a moving car is not as survivable as they show in the movies.
What kid? I'm 35.
Don't worry, he always does that. What actually happened was he clouded our minds, ordered me to stop the taxi. He stepped out, then he implanted a false memory as if we saw him jump out while it was moving. So where are we going now?
Keep following that gray DeSoto. Somebody else must have been driving it while the butcher jumped on our cab.
Look, the DeSoto has a Gooba sticker on the back.
I guess you four can watch me shoot those meat maniacs when we catch up to them.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Great. I'm glad that Shade guy's gone. You can scooch over finally. I'm scooched as far as I can go. Wait a minute. There's still a big empty space on the side of the back seat. He's still here.
I'm still here.
Shadow Taxi, episode 79 of This Gun in My Hand, was driven by Rob Northrop. This episode and all others are available on YouTube with automatically generated closed captions of dialogue. Visit thisguninmyhand.blogspot.com for credits, show notes, information on how to subscribe, and to buy my books, such as Little Heist in the Big Woods and Other Revisionist Atrocities. Who's laughing now? This Gun in My Hand.